Imagine stepping into the pinnacle of motorcycle racing on a machine that's light years ahead of anything you've ever ridden. Now, think about whether your training ground really prepared you for that thrill. Nicolo Bulega, the Italian rider gearing up for his MotoGP debut, is stirring the pot by claiming that World Superbike (WorldSBK) is a superior school for the top tier than the traditional stepping stone of Moto2. But here's where it gets controversial. He's saying this despite the massive technological gulf between production-based superbikes and those ultra-sophisticated GP prototypes. Could the roar of a superbike engine be the secret sauce for MotoGP glory that we've all been overlooking? Let's break it down for those just tuning in. MotoGP is the elite class of motorcycle road racing, where riders push cutting-edge 1,000 cubic centimeters bikes with advanced electronics, aerodynamics, and power to mind-boggling speeds. Think of it as the Formula One of two wheels. Moto2, on the other hand, is the intermediate category using standardized 765 cubic centimeters engines from Triumph, designed to level the playing field and focus on rider skill. WorldSBK features production-derived superbikes, closer to what you might see on the street but turbocharged for racing, with weights and speeds that echo MotoGP more faithfully. Bulega, who'll be subbing in for injured world champion Marc Marquez at the factory Ducati squad this weekend in Portimao, has first-hand experience in both worlds, making his perspective all the more intriguing. The 26-year-old Italian has had a roller-coaster journey through the ranks. After 3 tough seasons in Moto2, where he struggled to shine, he pivoted to the World Supersport Championship and clinched the 2023 title. That victory catapulted him into WorldSBK with Ducati, where he's consistently battled as runner-up to Toprak Razgatlioglu and BMW over the past 2 years. Razgatlioglu himself is crossing over to MotoGP with Pramac Yamaha in 2026, right after Bulega gets his first taste of the big leagues in Portimao and Valencia. And this is the part most people miss. With barely 30 laps under his belt on a Ducati Desmosedici GP bike during a wet session test in Jerez, Bulega admits it's a quantum leap. It's not just one thing that's different, but everything adds up: carbon brakes, ride height adjusters, a blisteringly fast engine, plus the chassis and tires. Put it all together, and the disparity is enormous, Bulega shared with the official MotoGP website. These are the ultimate motorcycles, so I'll be hitting the books hard in the garage over these 2 weekends to catch up. Interestingly, Jack Miller is the only current MotoGP rider who skipped Moto2 altogether. That's set to change next year when Razgatlioglu joins him at Pramac Yamaha. Bulega argues that WorldSBK bridges the gap to MotoGP better than Moto2, offering a more realistic preview. Superbike teaches you so much that's directly applicable to MotoGP, he explains. It's superior to Moto2 as preparation because it introduces you to a ton of electronics early on, which you need to start mastering for the premier class. The bike's power output is way higher than in Moto2, bringing you closer to MotoGP engine dynamics. You learn to handle similar braking speeds and weights, just like in the big leagues. So, in my view, Superbike is the better training ground for MotoGP than Moto2. As for his goals this weekend, the young Italian keeps it simple: I'll just focus on gaining experience and enjoying the ride. Beyond that, he'll balance Ducati's MotoGP testing duties next season with his WorldSBK commitments, aiding the factory's prep for the 2027 shift to 850 cubic centimeters engines and Pirelli tires. Now, here's a thought that might ruffle some feathers: is Bulega onto something revolutionary, or is this just a rider's personal bias against the proven Moto2 path? After all, legends like Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez honed their skills there before dominating MotoGP. Could WorldSBK's emphasis on electronics and raw power give riders an edge, or does Moto2's focus on pure riding technique still reign supreme? What do you think? Should racing commissions rethink the traditional ladder, or is Bulega's take just stirring up trouble? Drop your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have a counterpoint to share.